client wants me to discount my fees for the third hire I've made with them in the last year. I'm already only at 20% and the contract is signed and I don't want to discount. What do I do?
It's a really hard question. I'll say don't discount.
Me too.
All right, but it's really easy for why. It's very easy for me to tell a client or a potential client when they're saying, yeah, but what if I give you 10 jobs? Number one, I don't do, like, if you give me the option between more work for less money or less work for more money, I don't do more work for less money. That would be a silly choice to make. But on top of that, in no other line of work would you say, you've been doing a good job with me for a long time here, so how much cheaper can this be? So if I have, let's say I hire cleaning people to come in and clean the offices, and they've done a great job for the past 6 years, I don't turn to them and say, you've been doing such good work for me and I appreciate it, and what's my discount for being loyal?
Can you give them the example of the bag of balls? Because I love that example. I've used it with a client and it works great.
All right, so let's imagine that you have a bag of small, mostly white table tennis balls, little ping pong balls, right? So let's say you have a bag that's got 100 of them in there, except 5 of them aren't white, they're red. So you can pull out any number of balls and you have basically 1 in 20, right? 5 out of 100, 1 in 20 are going to be red. And my client wants a red ball, right? If it was easy, they'd just pull out a white ball on their own, right? To the earlier question about why not do the work themselves. So they want me to go out and find a red ball. So I reach in the bag and I pull out a ball and it's white. Now I have to put it back because I can't place the white ball because that's not what they asked for. And I reach in again, I pull out a white one, and statistically speaking, within 20, I should pull out a red one, right? Now I pull out a red one and they think it's great and they hire. Now I have a bag of 99 balls. 4 of them are red and 95 are still white. My chances are no longer 1 in 20. They're now 1 in 25, right? So when we take good people out of the rest of the market and put them to work for our client, we're actually draining the talent that's in the rest of the market. We're pulling the red ping pong balls are now lesser because they're now working there. It has become harder for me to find each additional good qualified person for them for every person I place there. That does not get a discount because it became harder for me.
I had one situation. I placed over 70 people at a senior manager level with Cognizant Technology Solutions. We won an award, like Search Firm of the Year one year for how many people we placed. But we were putting in architects, software architects, service-oriented architecture. And a direct competitor to Cognizant, Infosys, called me. And this was right after you had started working with me, and it was, the look on Jason's face was so classic for this, because it was like a training call. Like, I had him listening to it, and I was on the phone with the head of TA and procurement for Infosys, and they were telling me that they needed to hire 100 service-oriented architects, right? SOA architects. And they were only going to pay 20%. I had 25% already at Cognizant. And what they said was, we need, we're going to give you all this volume. So is there flexibility in your fee? And I said, there is. There is flexibility in my fee. I can charge you more. I can do it for 25, but if you need some flexibility, we can make it 30. They didn't think it was funny.
I still think it's funny.
I thought it was really funny too. But I turned the business down. I don't want 120 very difficult positions at a lower fee structure. So you've got to just learn to say no. When you have a signed contract in place and it's already reduced at 20%, do not reduce further. You have to just hold your ground and say, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not in a position to reduce my fees. Tell them about, 95 white ping pong balls. That story works really, really well.